Good morning and welcome back to a new video. Actually, it's almost 3 o'clock. I ended up taking a nap. We went to cash and carry and we went to Walmart. I had a pickup order. I'll show you guys what it is, but it's like the spray that is clean linen because Jace has the same kind, but sorry, my daughter is in here. No, baby. His is lavender. But anyways, this is what you get when a kid goes through the drawers if you have a toddler. She found my little pine, my little oil, my essential oil. So I'm happy about that because 'tis the season for pine, just about. I just woke up. I made myself an iced coffee. I'm tired. I have some stuff to do. I haven't even made my bed yet. I've got to put away laundry. My son's laundry is actually in the wash right now, or in the dryer. So he's not here yet. You know what I mean? So it's like everything is full and I can't really put it on his bed because I think his sheets need to be washed. Oh shoot. You know what? I want to get them some more sheets. So, but anyways, yeah, this is just a day in the life vlog, getting some stuff done, not like a huge deal, but maybe you might get some motivation because honestly right now I'm kind of tired. I just woke up. Of course I'm tired, but I am just, this weather gets to me. Well, you've seen it. But this might go until tomorrow since I kind of started vlogging a little bit late, actually facing the camera a little bit late. But yeah. So we'll see what we can get into and hang out and just have some fun, relax, not get too crazy, and just enjoy our day. If not both days, the next day. We'll see. Okay, I've got to grab her right now. She's getting into some of this tape. Okay, so from Walmart, these come in a 2-pack for $7.77. I got 1 2-pack of these, and I got a stick lighter. And then from Cash and Carry, we got some classic caramel, peppermint, and chocolate chip cookie dough coffee syrup, or syrup for drinks, and then a big old pack of cheddar cheese. But yeah, I needed a stick lighter because when my candles get that low, I can barely reach in there and try to light it. And I don't want to tip this over when it's full of rocks. And if I take the candle out, it'll be harder to put it back in because the rocks will move. Okay, so I didn't do anything around the house. I got a little quart of paint. That's the color. It's called Earth Rose because our island is unfinished. So our island is not finished. It's white on the front and the other side, and then it's green on this side and this green color on the back. But I was talking to Earl about it and he didn't like the green, and I didn't know that. So he didn't say anything. He usually just kind of doesn't say anything. And I was like, do you even like that color? Because I wanted to color match it. And he's like, not really. And so we actually were talking about using the paints that I have, and I'll show you those real quick. So I have this color. It's called Coney Island. This color right here is called Wells Gray. And I got those for free a while back, and I showed the post from Facebook Marketplace and all that in one of my videos. But the problem with that is the blue. So I'm not a huge blue fan. That blue is pretty, but I don't know. I just felt like it would be a pop of color, but I eventually would end up painting it again because I don't really care for that color. Or I don't really care. I'm picky with blues. It's nice, but I don't want it out here. Like if that goes anywhere, it should go like in the laundry room or like a small area. But anyways, and our cabinet colors, I actually mixed that paint myself. So for one, it's kind of hard to color match it. But two, I don't want a similar, like that Wells gray is kind of similar to it. It's not, I don't know. It's kind of similar, but there's no like beige in it. There's no tan. My cabinet colors, or my cabinet color, it looks gray, but it actually is a beige. It's like gray and it's tan and gray kind of mixed up. It's a grayish, I mean, not beige, but anyway, so long story short, I went to the store. I went to Home Depot and I was looking for like a lighter color because Earl was saying like, if you do blue, maybe do like a light, like faded. But then when I was looking at all these like, you know how they have the color cards or whatever, none of the blues looked good. And I'm like, every time I would see a faded one, I would think of toothpaste. So I ended up going with this color because I love terracotta, but I didn't find anything real close to terracotta, which is weird. I mean, I'm sure it was there somewhere, but anything that I found that was kind of close to that was kind of orange or peach. And I was kind of leaning more towards this color, which is funny because I'm like, well, I know when I was saying like, well, what colors do you want? And I was saying, I know you don't like pink because the barn door is pink. And he's like, it's funny. You go get a color and it's pink. It's like, okay, it's kind of like, yeah, it's probably on that color board, but color wheel or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's called Earth Rose, and I just think it's really pretty. And I think it's a perfect kind of pop of color that I want. I don't know if it's gonna look good, but I got to thinking that I didn't want to paint the island yet. Well, first off, when I came back, my daughter woke up like shortly after, so I couldn't even paint if I wanted to. Because there's no way she could be awake when I do this. Someone could be watching her and she'll still get into stuff. So I couldn't do it anyways, but I'm holding off because tomorrow we're gonna go get some trim and try to like finish up the island and then paint it. So it'll actually like finally be done until I do something else to it later on, because I do have a plan for it. But for now, I think it'll look nice. Gosh, I'm like losing my voice. But anyways, I am so tired. I need to go to bed. I have not, that's what I was going to say. I was supposed to upload every Saturday and then some, but I totally forgot that I said like Saturdays for sure I'll upload. After the whole Vlogtober thing, I got like just completely like tired and I totally forgot about Saturday and I feel like an idiot. So I am sorry about that. But, and then this video, it seems like I'm prolonging it. So I'm not going to say right now that I'm going to finish the island in this video, but I will tell you that that is why I didn't do anything else, because that was the plan, like paint the island. And then one thing led to another. She was awake and then it's like, well, we'll just get trimmed tomorrow. And then I just didn't do anything. Granted, there isn't really much to do. There's not any dishes in the sink, a few things. There's some stuff on the island, some stuff on the table. I don't even know what all's in my tripod because my daughter keeps shoving it around. And then you have this little bit of toys, which I just have to put some toys into the ottoman and close it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. It's just lived in. It's no big deal. We have kids and this happens. Well, we have a toddler and 2 teens, which, by the way, Jace came home today because he didn't have school today. So he came home. He was with his dad over the weekend, and Julian had actually left tonight to go to his girlfriend's house. So I won't see him until Wednesday. Just like I get one back and the other one leaves. But I think I am so tired and I have not uploaded a video because oh my gosh, Earl's birthday, that's why. And I didn't film it. I didn't want to make a video. I don't want to make a video out of every single person's birthday. I was just kind of like, I'm over the birthday videos for now. It's just, I don't know. I could have filmed something, but I do have a singing happy birthday to him a little bit, so I'll throw that in right here.
Girl, happy birthday to you.
39 years old.
40.
Yay! Good job, baby! Yeah. But anyways, it was fun, and I just really I just didn't want to be in people's faces with a camera. It's not, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it. It's like sometimes you just know when it's okay, and then it's just like, nah. I just wanted to spend time with him, and there was more people here than like we usually see. I don't know. It just seemed like we wanted to spend time, and I didn't even invite everybody that we wanted to because it was just kind of like really crappy outside this time of year. And in the summertime when we have like Jace's party or Jalen's party, it's nice out, and it's the summertime. They can't all go outside. All the kids can go out, but this time of year everyone is inside, and it's just crowded and loud. And if I was filming, it's like, what am I going to film? Like just a bunch of people hurdled up. There wasn't much to film, but it was nice. But it was a long weekend because Friday we had like a friend come over, hung out with him, and then Saturday was the party, and then Sunday was like our relaxing day. But I felt like when you have a big party like that, for us, the way we are, I swear it takes 2 days for us to like recover. We're just exhausted. And then Jalen, it throws her off of like whatever schedule, if she even has a schedule. Like she's not going to sleep when people are here. Because how could she? And it's not their fault, but you know what I mean? Like, so we're trying to get her back to just taking naps, and she did not have a nap all day today. Or no, she did eventually, like I said, but not her normal, like earlier nap. She had a late nap. So, but anyways, I might talk more about that tomorrow, but I just wanted to tell you guys what's going on. I didn't do anything, but it's okay. Just relax, hang out with family. I woke up to the movie Buddy the Elf, or Elf. It's called Elf. I was taking a nap on the couch and woke up to that movie. I was like, you're watching this? My husband's not into like goofy movies like that, but it was like, okay. But who's watching it for Jalen, I guess. But anyways, with all that being said, hopefully I can get my daughter to take a nap tomorrow sometime, or we can go run and get the trim and all that, get it all taken care of, put it on, and then if she ever takes a nap, I can paint it. But I don't know if you guys will see the painting or not, but you most likely will see what it looks like with trim and everything, like it done but not painted yet. Hopefully, that's my goal. And then if I get into anything, I need to get into some stuff and do some stuff. Because there's garbage bags that I need to put into both bathrooms. I totally forgot about it. I took out the garbage and forgot to put the bags. I'm so bad at that. But yeah, there's some stuff I gotta do, but not a ton of crazy stuff. So, anyways, I am gonna go to sleep because it's 9:30 and I'm old. I feel like it's way later. The time change too, I think, is also having a big part of like me just feeling completely exhausted. It's just really messing with me. And then on top of it, the weather. I've never been good with like, gray weather all the time. As long as I've lived in Washington, I don't think I'll ever get used to it, but I mean, I live here, and hey, I'll take it if that's like the worst thing that I have to complain about with weather, with the weather. I don't think that's that bad, because a lot of people have it a lot worse. But anyways, okay, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's 5 in the morning. I actually woke up at like 4:15 because my dog had to go potty. Now they're both outside, but anyways, okay, so like long story short, I can't get this. It'll come off, but like it's funny because the hinges on here are so stuck that like the screws are out. It's just still there. But here's my thoughts. So I was gonna wait to paint until we put all the trim on, but we're not putting trim on the drawer fronts or the doors here. And when I had got this island for free, it wasn't like, it was kind of white already. It wasn't this bright of white. And I've painted it multiple times, but I never once had sanded before I painted. And I also used a brush. So it's got like little drip marks and it's just kind of rough. And I know this thing is not going to look super smooth when I'm done. It's not. It's just, and it always is banged up on. And so, okay. So anyways, it doesn't have to be, that's one way to get it off. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm not picky. Like, I like to do a good job, but things like this, I know it's gonna get beat up. And also, my cat scratches on the back of the island all the time. So, I know it's gonna get some wear and tear, but I'm gonna turn you around and kind of show you like what I'm talking about. And I think I'm gonna be trying to smooth it down a little bit at least before I try to paint. But what I was gonna say, and I have a boo-boo, is I'm thinking I have an hour or so before like people wake up, maybe a little more than that, but I figure since my daughter's still asleep, like everyone's asleep. Like I said, Julian isn't here, but everyone else is here. Jace, Earl, and of course Jalen. Where's she gonna go? But anyways, I'm thinking I should do the cabinet doors, because if I do want it to look nice, I have to do the sanding. And also I do the front and back of the doors, and I try to do the inside part. And I feel like if no trim has to be on the whole front at all, except for the very bottom, I might as well just do the parts that take the longest, that are the more like tedious to get into, like little just weird areas. Like this whole front takes longer than the whole rest of the island, and I feel like that will save me a lot of time later and a lot of stress, like feeling like, oh, Jalen's never gonna sleep, I'm never gonna get it done. Just like work with what I have, you know, do little bits and pieces. So I'll turn you around, tell you what I'm talking about, show you what I'm talking about. I need coffee. I made my coffee, but I gotta drink it. Can't just make it and sniff it, you know. Okay, see what I mean? It's just like really rough, and you can see the brush. Well, I know I can see the brush lines. I was gonna say you can see the brush marks from the brush. Well, I guess like more so on here, because I definitely did not use a roller. So I'm thinking like I might just kind of try a roller this time, and that will look better. But I don't know if going over a roller, like I know I'm not going to be able to sand down. Like if I had a ton of sandpaper, yeah, I'd be able to sand this smooth, but I'm just talking about sanding down like lumps like that and the edges and stuff. And honestly, I think that's from like laying on the floor when I painted it the other time, so I don't know how it's all gonna work. I'm not super picky about it though, just try to make it look a little bit better. And this is the front, right? So also I've got to take off all the baby stuff before I do it, and the hinges, and obviously the insides don't matter as much, but I would like at least the edges, that corner edge, to look good. And I mean, as y'all could see, like it's beat up, and it's an old little tiny little island, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Well, there is no making it perfect because it's so old and beat up. But yeah, eventually I will like a piece of trim down there, which I have that white piece. Did I even show you guys? Hold on. Yeah, I have this piece right here, but I told Earl I'm kind of wanting this whole bottom part full, like kind of empty space, like hidden, like gone, so it goes straight down. Only because looking at it from this way, it just looks really funny. Like the island itself will always kind of look funny because the top is so much bigger than the island itself. But in the future, I would like to get some type of cabinet or build something that can make it as wide as the top is. Now, I have honestly thought about getting rid of this, and you can make your own top. But there's no reason. The top of this is fine. It's not like my favorite color or anything, but it does go with our counters. So I think, like, why mess with something that's not broke, you know? Or whatever they say. I think that's what it is. I am too tired to even think right now. But anyways, that's what I'm doing this morning. I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to be picking up, not film it, but just do it as I made my coffee. And I'm like, no, I need to be smart. Like, if I want this done, I should at least do the drawers. Yeah, take all, do all the stuff that actually takes some time, because you can roll out the sides and back easily. But anyways, back to the side. See all the bumps and all that on this one? It's really, really bad. Because actually when I was putting, I don't think I used a brush. I had to have, because you see the brush lines, but I thought I used a roller too. I did. The brush lines are so bad that when I used a roller over the brush lines, and also I had a flower painted on here a long time ago, and you can actually see it. Like, there's a petal that goes out, and there was a flower, like round, and round. You can barely see it, but that's why that's all bumped up. So I can only sand out so much. But also I was going to say there would be trim here, but what I would love is for it to be more boxy. Like, you don't even see this cut out. That'd be great. So a big old piece of trim, and then some kind of block or something to go up there, and then trim on the front. I think it would just make it look a lot nicer. Possibly a trim piece or some kind of piece of wood or something, like small, or a corner piece. I don't know. We're going to like Habitat for Humanity, so hopefully we find something good, because I don't want to be spending like a ton of money on this, because it's not something I need. I just feel like I've had it forever, and it's just kind of been like something that went undone. But a thing that we actually need to do is frame out the window there. I just seen a jogger. And that is needed because it's a window, we don't need any air, nothing. I don't think anything extra comes in, but it would just be better. And then our laundry room is another thing that actually needs to be done, but I don't know. But if Earl gave me the money to go get some paint for this, might as well, try to start finishing stuff up. But I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to do it when I can, and obviously when I have energy. So anyways, I've talked enough, so let's just at least take all this crap off and get some sand. Well, I'm gonna probably do one at a time with my luck. That way, like, if something happens, I can put one back on. I don't know what to do. Okay, I don't know why, but so I flipped it over and I was gonna take off the hardware, like the baby locks and all the baby stuff, and unscrew the hinges and all that. And then it just hit me. It's like, why would I do all that? Because the back does not matter. It doesn't even matter. Like, no one is opening it and looking at it. I wouldn't even look at it. Like, I didn't even know that it actually looked kind of decent until now. My stomach keeps growling. But so what I'm actually going to do is leave the hinges on and everything, rough up the front, sand, just try to smooth out the front and the edges, because I could do that with the hinges on, and wipe it down, and that alone will probably take some time by the time I'm gonna have to take Jace to the bus and all that. Today's Tuesday, by the way. So, and then I can put them back on. Now, the whole reason for like doing it all weird like that is because I can't have my daughter awake. I can't have any chance, like, if there's any chance that my daughter is awake, I don't need her getting in that. And I don't want to take it all out, because guess what? She will literally be getting in it, and then she will step on this. It's just, no, it's not going to happen. Not on my watch. I don't even wear a watch. But anyways, so yeah, I'm going to rough up the fronts with all the hinges and all that on it. And I would have, like, left it on there to do that, but I have to kind of get on the edge, and I don't know how well that's going to work. Plus, I don't want a big old mess in here. So I figure going in the garage and doing that. I won't film it, but I'll show you guys like what it looks like. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to do that one at a time. So after this is done, I can put it back on there. That way it's prepped, but also like, you know, my daughter can't get into it. So I don't need a whole open mess that takes forever to put back, and it's going to be chaos. So also I could take these off while they're still, I could take these off while they're still connected, because you could still open it. You just unhook the baby thing, and I could do the drawers too, like that. Like take the whole drawer out. I don't know if I should empty all this stuff out or not, or just maybe, I don't know, maybe do the drawers in here and make a mess. I don't know. Let's just do one thing at a time. We'll figure that out as we go. Whew, feel better now. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I have and let you know that I'm not going to be caulking or painting at all today. If I do caulk, it'll be like later today, but I'm just not up for it. So I'm going to explain what all's around here. Everything is stuff we already had, but I'll tell you why. I wanted to use some trim and it kind of messed it up. So now the big trim piece that we did get from Habitat for Humanity, like there's not enough now because I kind of screwed up a little bit, but I don't know. We'll figure something else out. I think for now, this is what I have. So the reason this is so thick, my thoughts on it is, for one, this is what we had. But this, okay, so first off, let's start by the front. This piece right here does not fill in the whole gap. Like, obviously there's a gap here. When I will be painting this, though, I'm just painting this, like what you see. And everything that you can see, because you can't see back there, but everything you can see will be that earth rose color. And even as rough as this part is, I think it'll be fine after it's all painted. It'll still look rough, but if you know what the back looks like I think it'll kind of tie it in. Because before it was like the back looked really kind of rough or rustic, whatever you want to call it, and the front, everything else looked like it didn't match the back. So that kind of works out. It's not like it was my plan, but I guess that works out. But anyways, this was a little, what was that, a 2x4? I think it was a 2x4. And so it's not as thick as like how far it went back. And this part, I wanted a tall piece of wood that would go higher. So first off, let's start by saying the trim piece that I got, I didn't even think about it. I kind of wanted to cover this little corner piece like I was telling you guys, the little cutout, how it goes in for your feet. Not fully, like have it go in a tiny bit. But, so what I did is the trim piece, it wasn't like, I wanted to cover it, but when Earl was helping me pick, he wasn't thinking of covering it, so he picked one that would have worked if I didn't cover up, like hide this little side part. Oh my goodness, she's like checking it out. So anyways, this piece was kind of floating, and I pulled it out, I set it down, I placed the trim piece on top of it, and I put 1, 2, 3 finishing nails in it, and I had it just sitting there. Didn't glue it, didn't nail it or anything, because my plan was the sides will be nailed into the back piece of it. This trim is nailed into that piece of wood. So the wood has a nail going from this into there, and the trim is into there. And then this piece of wood, all it has is that one nail there, and then you go along, and since these are different, I did have a piece of wood, but I didn't cut it right, so it wasn't like wide enough, because I made the mistake of cutting it just the length of the back of the island, not thinking about this, and that's kind of how I wanted it. I was going to angle it, but I couldn't do it considering, so you know what I mean, like how could I angle it? There was like a little space here. So anyways, I found this, and that's what I did. I just nailed it, and you can't really, I mean, I could have curved it, but I like the boxy look. I think it will look good once it's all caulked, and all of this weirdness right here will be caulked. Any kind of like little lines and stuff. I don't know. I'll try to do the best I can. But anyways, this piece is nailed into the back of the island all the way down and into the side pieces. And the other side is just like this piece. This girl. It's kind of hard to explain. So that's what it looks like. And I think it will look kind of nice like going out. Now my original idea was have this big old, have it go out wide, but then have the trim piece that Earl got go all the way around. But then when I set it up there, it kind of like on the back, it just looked kind of weird. I don't know. It looked like it just didn't go, even if I did cut it to work right. So this way, oh, and I did angle the front because it looked weird, just kind of boxy. I don't know. Honestly, it does look weird, but when I'm done with everything, I do think it'll look good. Especially like seeing the front, how it goes out further on the bottom. I like that because it kind of gives it a little bit of shape instead of one big old top and just straight down. That's what I was trying to avoid. But yeah, I didn't do any of the painting, but I didn't put the handles on. This morning I only put one screw in each hinge, like one on the top of the top and one on the bottom of the bottom on each side, so my daughter couldn't get into it, and so it's like on there good enough. But yeah, that is what I have so far. So I didn't record myself doing any of that, but I do have a big old mess in the garage. This is what I used, the sanding block for the for some of the wood. Totally tore it up. I used tiny little tape measure out here, and then I have like my little notepad. In this, I crossed that out after I realized that one thicker piece of wood on the back is not going to work. So I'm like, shoot. And so I measured this for the second thinner piece of wood that I found. And this is what the trim looks like. Our garage is like still horrible, guys. Yes, it's always like that. But anyways, that's what the trim piece looked like. It was a little bit longer than that. It was about 25 inches longer than that. But the problem is I angled the cut right at the side length, or the length of the side, instead of making it a little bit longer so I can make it go to a point. And also I angled the cut backwards. Like it was angled going out this way, so it would end like that instead of like having it angled this way so I could put the two angles together and make a point. So we totally screwed it up, and that was my fault. And here's all my mess. And here's all my cut pieces. These are the two angles that I cut. And I don't know. I'm just hoping that it all turns out good. But I tried so hard to like pull some of the nails out of the thicker wood. I did pull one nail out, and then I noticed as I cut, where's the other part? I cut one of these pieces of wood. Oh, it's right here. I cut this piece of wood right here, and after I cut it and pulled the blade back up, it just like was sitting like that. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Totally. I knew it too. I was like, that crack looks a little like it's just hanging on there, like it's not even together. And I was right. Yeah, there's my mess. But anyways, I know this video was way different than other videos because I have not done like a project in a long time. It's probably why I felt weird recording, because I felt like I don't want it to be long and drawn out, because in my mind I'm thinking I also want to paint it too. So I didn't want to record all of what I did. I was trying to, make it kind of get to the point as quick as possible. Boy, I did that. But anyways, stay tuned for my next video. It's not going to be solely focused on the island, but I will be working on that, obviously. So I don't know what I'm going to have, but yeah, I was saying like, oh, I didn't get anything done. I forgot I have a son who does dishes, so dishes get done. I did the floors at like 5 or 6 in the morning this morning with my, when I say I'm vacuuming in the morning, People are like, you're crazy. You're waking, how do you not wake people up, right? It's my cordless vacuum and it's really quiet. I don't wake anyone up with that. I love that thing, but it does get clogged, like I said. Just got to watch out for the paw prints when the dogs go out in the rain and come back. But yeah, I mean, I do stuff. I just feel like all the time I don't want to film it. And when you get to know someone online and you really like their videos because of them, like the last thing you want to watch them do is clean their house. You're like, hey, we've been here, we've done that. We don't want to see you do it all the time. But I know I motivate you guys that way. But I'm sorry there was like no motivation in that way. But I hope this motivated you to like think outside the box and be like, hey, this island may not look like everybody else's, like no one else's online, but it's all good. It'll work out. I'm really excited to paint it though, because I really do think, well, after caulking and like, I really do think it will pull it together and you'll understand what I mean by how the top is so big. The top is honestly too big for that thing. It's so wide, and I do think that little bit of push coming out at the bottom, or whatever you want to call it, that doesn't sound right, but I do think it'll make it look good. And I'm just excited to see it all kind of like come together. I'm also excited for the color itself. I do think it's really pretty. Again, the color is Earth Rose. I keep wanting to say Dusty Rose. I don't know why. I keep saying too. I feel good that, as weird as it looks right now, I feel good that I'm finally doing something with the island. So, and kind of still keeping it that like little, people like to call things that are messed up rustic, so I'm calling it that, okay? It's rustic. I didn't mess up, it's rustic. But no, I do actually like rustic stuff, but it's totally not rustic, it's just rough. But you get it though, like the back goes with it. So when it's all painted and all said and done, all caulked and all that, I am just gonna be so happy, and it'll be a nice pop of color, nice happy color. Girl thinks it's pink. It sort of is, I mean. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I got to get this saving by the time I leave to pick up Jay, so I've got to go. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a heart down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next one. And thank you guys so much for watching, if I didn't say that already, because I'm like freaking out. I gotta go. Okay, bye.